War Veterans, I salute you. Thank you very much for your service. I'm here because Lisa told me I had to be here. And all the accolades and all the attention that's given to me, I have to just give it back to all of you because I'm as good as your information and your willingness to talk to me. If you don't tell me about housing, I don't know about it. If you don't tell me about other issues of the community, I don't know about it because I'm not somebody who knows everything, but I can learn, I can understand. But it's people like yourselves, grassroots organizations, the national network, it's very important. And one of the good examples about immigration right now, you know that we're fighting very hard to make sure that we have family unification. Yeah. We eliminate we're trying to make sure that we do the right thing for our community without driving wedges between Latinos and African Americans and Filipinos and Chinese, you know, that we don't do wedge politics, but we bring people together. And it's about you. And about 3 years ago, we started this discussion with the Senate leadership. And because we started it early with people like Lisa and other people, that the Senate understands what we're talking about. And make no mistake about it, there are no excuses for them. There are no excuses for them not to look at us as an important piece of immigration reform, as well as on the House side. So, you know, if those things are not in there, then we have to blow it up. Right. Okay. Now, the other thing is about the Filipino Veterans Equity Act. It's been there, and people have been struggling for it since 1992, I guess, 94. And it's been a tough struggle. But in November, the tide has changed, that we have a new leadership in Congress, both in the Senate and in the House of Representatives, that we have chair people who will be willing to take up the issue of the Filipino Equity Act. And one of them is the author and also the chairman of the Veterans Affairs Committee, Mr. Filner. Okay. And Mr. Filner had to fight for that chairmanship because someone challenged him at the beginning. I supported him because I knew that he was going to be the chair of this issue. And that's one of the main reasons I supported him, and now he's chair. What we have to do now is move the issue. We had a subcommittee hearing. It was a good hearing. People came and testified. People like Lane Evans, his ex-staffer and his representative. He was a military person. He was the past chair. And now, but I'm going to be very honest with you. It's even though we are now in charge, and that we are in charge of our own committees, we still have a fight. And the fight has to do with about money. Okay, and the money people are going to say, "Well, Michael, you know, there's not enough money to do this." And I tell them, and you have to tell them also, that in Iraq, we spend almost $1 billion a day. That's almost $250 million a day. That's almost $10 million an hour, okay? So if we have to pencil out the expense of returning back to our veterans, that which was owed them, it's around $100 million a year, maybe. And over 10 years, $1 billion. Well, we spend $1 billion a week just in Iraq. And how long have you been waiting? 65 years, right? So I think that that's cheap money. Okay, and the other thing is this, that our communities across this country are not doing the job yet. We're doing the job here, you're active here, but we have to get our communities across this country visiting face-to-face the Congress people who sit on the committees. And you have to tell these community people across this country, whether they live in that district or not, to put the Filipino face, the Pinoy face, in front of the Congress people, men and women, and tell them with your own face that this is important. And we're not fooling around. We waited for 65 years. And you got to tell them that Congress in 1946 passed a law that simply said, purely said, that the Filipinos are the only ones that were going to discriminate against. Nobody else. And now, if they're not for discrimination, then they have to make it right. Now, they may say also, well, that was a Congress back in the 50s, 1946. We're different. Why should we accept that responsibility? You tell them this. Congress is a living organism. Year to year, we may have different people in it, but it's the same body that's responsible for the actions of the past. We have to today correct it. Okay?